Hello, world.
Yay!
Hello.
Hello. What's up, Anchor 89?
Yay!
Number one
We were
fan.
just doing family therapy behind the scenes.
Yes. Griping about families. Anyways, let's not get into that. Let's get into what we're doing here today. This is episode 45 of Whispers of Doom, where you find a couple of 5e converts and Paizo stands romping around their 200. Some things never change.
Man, you were reading right from the copy too.
This is why I don't read it anymore. I just can't.
Oh man.
Just add in a
Cursed.
weird voice and it'll make everything better.
You know what we're doing here, guys. Dang it. I'm telling you right now what we're here to do. You don't. I don't need to tell you that because you know what we're here to do. God dang it. But you.
So you are the uncle at Thanksgiving.
Uh-oh.
There's only certain types of people I don't like, and
Oh god.
it's the type of people that don't subscribe to our Twitch channel. That's who.
There you
There
go.
it is.
I don't like none of y'all. You're watching for us. You're watching us for free. Freeloading sons of bitches. Hit that like and subscribe button. Send us all your itty bitty bitties, please. Or you don't have to. You can support us by spending channel points. Also, that's fun. It's free. Just gotta watch, and you get channel points, and you can name some NPCs. You can drop some loot for the heroes of our party. If you want some other fun ways to help support our small studio, you can just share us with your friends and family. That's free. You can also join our Discord.
Also free.
Yeah, that's also free. We talk nerdy, play games. We already kicked off our official Pathfinder Society scenario channel last week with Nick, running some folks in there through Sword Lord's Challenge. How was that, Nick?
Nice.
That was great. Ran a couple of people. One person was a veteran. The other two seemed kind of new to Pathfinder, but they had a good time. I had a good time, and they succeeded through the adventure and completed acquiring Inheritor's Fury for the lodge and taking over an abandoned lodge. So now we have a lodge.
Hooray! We have a lodge and a weapon. That's all we need to become an official Pathfinder Society lodge. I'm going to be running a multi-session scenario tomorrow night. Power of Legends, 9th level scenario. Excited to jump into that. It's got 4 people in it. There's seats for 2 more, if anybody's interested. Tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m.
PST.
Square. PST, yes.
Yes. Good.
If you want more details, just jump into our Discord. But if you want to throw us monies to help pay for our stuff, like new mics and possibly a new streaming platform I'm hoping to upgrade to at some point this year, you can sign up on our Streamloots page to purchase booster packs with cards you can play during the stream. You can disrupt us with a card like Rock Slide, where a 10x10 square becomes difficult terrain, where characters have to make a reflex save or take damage, or a card like Deft Parry, where you can grant any character, including NPCs, opponents that I'm playing, +1 to their AC versus the next melee attack. And if it's a miss, use a reaction to strike. There are 26 cards in total. I plan on working on some more. There's 3 legendaries, 5 epics, and 6 rare cards. And you can also donate bits to the channel. For 500 bits, you can reward the players or me a hero point or obol that gives them the ability to reroll a die or make me reroll one of my own. If you sub to the channel, you get 1 to hand out every month. For 1,000 of those precious biddies, you can roll 1d100 in chat, and I'll reference my random encounter table, and something crazy will happen immediately. So yeah, that's cool. You can do that if you'd like. We'd really like you to. What else is going on? You guys have any announcements, fun things going on in your lives?
Well, I know we do have 2 things coming up.
Yes. Announcements.
Yeah.
Do it.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, But I believe in 2 weeks on March 31st, we will be jumping back in to a Starfinder adventure. And it will be myself GMing, and Robert will have a chance to be in the player's chair for a night. We will be finishing up Whispers, or not Whispers,
It's like-
Doom and the Bloom.
There
Doom
it
and the
is.
Bloom, that's the one. Whispers in the Bloom Doom. So
I'll whisper in your doom.
it's better than the port comment from earlier tonight.
Bloom?
So anyway,
Missed
Blooming
that.
doom?
we'll be that's in the Patreon content soon to come to at some point.
Somebody
Anyway.
is.
I love it when my doom bloom is getting whispered into.
Someone please clip that. Anyway, so that's one thing that's happening. And
It
then we also have a long stream planned for April 12th. April 12th, we are going to be streaming this show for at minimum 4 hours as a celebration
Minimum.
of our year-long run, as well as a charity stream combined into one, I believe.
Yes.
And what's the charity again, Robert?
It's for Extra Life. So typically, Extra Life will have something towards the end of the year or around November, but they're doing something next month just specifically for tabletop RPGs. I'm not sure why, but yeah, why not coincide it with our anniversary episode? Yeah, figured it'd be
I feel
fun.
like it's a good way to celebrate us as a show while also giving back, as we have had a good first year, where we've hit our goal now of 150 followers. We're going somewhere, and so I mean, why not celebrate it and also give to a good cause?
Absolutely.
So any subs, bits, or anything donated to the channel during the stream will be matched, and you can donate also through a link that we'll share in the coming weeks on our Discord and socials. So I'm getting all that squared away, hopefully by the end of the week. So yeah, exciting. 1 year in the books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And character
crazy.
arts are almost done? Question mark. I know mine is, but
We're about 1/4 of the way there.
Right. So Cody has plot
Dude, I'm
armor.
picking up what you're putting
Yes.
down.
Giddy cannot
Invincible.
die because we can't afford for Giddy to die.
If you're curious, we're still using the artist we did for our run through of Rusthenge, Jolt Bede, who did so awesome with Fairdeer and the rest of the party. Who cares? But the art was awesome, and I can't wait to see what he does with the new party here for Seven Dunes for Sandpoint. Just kidding. I miss all the other characters that have been so cool to have them here. But that's just the way the dice roll sometimes. So
It would have been so cool if they were alive and able to use
yeah.
their art for more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, it was
Yeah.
half a year almost.
It wasn't that long. We did not have their art that long.
Oh, their art,
I-
yes.
Yeah, that's what
They
I'm saying.
lived
Their
for-
art
Their
was not that
characters.
long.
We'll see if it keeps up with that trend. 2 weeks after we get the art for all the characters, you guys just die.
Oh god.
I
hope not.
hope not,
That would
for
suck.
all of our sakes.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other fun things that we want to talk about? It's St. Patrick's Day. Where's your green? St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm wearing my thick Zilla shirt.
Oh, that's a dope
Nice.
shirt.
Yeah.
The green
I
I'm
have
wearing
green
for
on.
audio listeners is my thumb that I smashed fixing my floor. I've got like a green wrap over a bandage so I don't bleed all over my keyboard. So, yeah.
I dyed my bloom green.
You can't see that this is green,
What?
but
Because of his green screen.
today I can't have any
Ah.
green because it all appears to be something else.
I did have green on earlier today, and then I changed out of it.
That would be a clover, but as
Mm.
you can see, it's
Oh, weird. Yeah. Like a magic makes your face disappear behind it. Trick.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Did
Whoa.
What I was gonna say? I can't remember now. Let's. You guys want to jump into the recap?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Jump right in.
Are we ready to live,
Live
by
by
the
the
die.
die.
and
And
die,
die by the
die.
die.
Hi.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep it short
Hey.
because that was a long intro. So the last thing that happened was our heroes went back down into the Hellstorm catacombs to walk through the secret tunnel they discovered in hopes to make their way to the pit through the underground tunnel that they found there. And lo and behold, it had been caved in by a man, a creature that goes by the name of Wolgar Rabs. That letter I should have had up, that I'm pulling up right now, read something like this.
I did this for a reason. Don't come find us. Also, I worship this random deity that I can't
found it.
remember. Okay.
Darth Vader's Luke Skywalker's father.
Erasmi.
So,
He's a follower
What?
of Erasmi.
Yes, so
Say my name is Luke Skywalker's father?
Well, you see, I was just like, what if it just had a random spoiler for something in there somewhere?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The letter read, to those who have found this tunnel, I am Wolgar, a devout to Erasmi, that may or may not tell you something about me. Regardless, I've caved this tunnel in for fear of being found. For years we have lived quietly, striving to remain unseen. The recent goblin ghouls were a nuisance, and not of our making. We aim to cease the creation of any more ghouls actually. I work very hard to keep my own in line. We desire only peace. We mean no harm. And that was read off by Calliope to the rest of the party underground. So let's just start the scene there. What's everybody's reaction to Calliope reading that?
I mean, I think Flay just kind of, looks up at her and says, I told you.
Yes, you were right. Maybe we should have investigated sooner, but I'll admit I was worried that it would deter us from meeting Adrani, and I was wrong. We
Well,
didn't
you
meet
may
her
have
at the
been right
gates
in
anyway.
that, but
Well,
I suppose we go the other way.
I don't see any reason to disturb these folk. Their enemy is our enemy. Though we might not be friends, they pose no immediate threat, especially with this cave-in now, so if we
Well-
needed to, we could dig through it, but that seems excessive in my opinion. Sorry, Giddy, go ahead.
No, I agree with you there. I mean, I don't want to get my hands dirty, but I also think it's a little weird that this person just came right out and said, hey, I'm making these ghouls.
No, he said he doesn't like them. They're right?
Right.
Okay.
Essentially, the message was the goblin ghouls were a nuisance. It's something we didn't make. We've been hiding and been peaceful, and I've made it my own job to not make any more ghouls. So it sounds like that this person, Wolgar Rabs, may be a ghoul themselves, and has a pack of ghouls that he's keeping in line.
Ah, that's where it was. Okay, so maybe they're not making the gobble-ghouls, but they're making some kind of ghoul. That still isn't good. Shouldn't your Pharasma senses be tingling right now?
Well, I'm rolling. I'm thinking on this. Dylan's rolling a secret religion check. After last session, Robert provided us a link, so I have some knowledge on Erasmi.
Erasmi.
Erasmi?
Aladdin.
Be my guest.
It's a whole new world.
Yes. Be our guest is not Aladdin.
I was going to say,
It's Beauty and the Beast.
So that's bad.
be our guest in Agrabah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I know a thing. Basically, I rolled for Calliope to gain this specific knowledge, whether or not that would be against this Erasni's beliefs would coincide with anything against what Pharasma would believe with bringing undead up or creating ghouls and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So it's kind of a gray area because Erasma's anathema is to prevent them from being raised in the first place. But because they're already raised, they have their souls intact still. And this one in particular seems to be also intelligent. It's hard for you to. There's no hard line for you, basically.
Got it. Yeah, I know.
Real quick, Robert, the camera switched for Nick and Dylan.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I was looking to see if that happened. So I could
That
tell
was
you.
because for some reason my Zoom crashed.
Well, I did know that, like I said, I looked a little bit at this. I, as a player, human, Dylan, and I know that anathema for Erasni is to create unwilling undead. So I guess a ghoul would be some type of a willing creature to come back, but knowing that, I think Calliope, knowing that this person isn't intentionally bringing back these specific ghouls, she would say, well, while their intentions might be a gray area here, I don't believe that the issues that we've come across in recent days down here will have any effect on my ability to leave them be. If they make themselves known in front of me and we can see some foul deeds occurring, maybe that might change. But for the time being, they're not harming anyone as far as I can see. So
They took the time to write this note and identify themselves.
Who's
agree.
they? I lost my train of thought for a minute.
This Woggle Rabs. But if the themselves and whoever they lead, they're taking the time to identify, it sounds like they're survivors or they've isolated themselves. So if we do run
Subterranean
across
nomads.
very possible. If we run across these individuals, I don't see any reason that even if they were even if they were goons, it seems like this Woggle Raps possibly maybe one based off their letter. I don't think we should approach them negatively, even if they appear that way. Especially these goblins mentioned that there was another. It's Rip Nugget. I look at Giddy. Rip Nugget is.
Oh yeah, Rip Nugget. They did mention that.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they're either two different factions or at least a faction and another player.
Yeah, I suppose I can't be one to judge based on appearances and people we don't know yet, but it seems just strangely fishy to me that this is happening right now, of all times.
Rather convenient.
I just want to thank Anchor89 for flipping a card.
Whee!
Thank you very much for that. And some of you may have received a whisper from me if you could check Foundry chat.
Yes.
If you didn't receive anything, don't say anything. If you did receive something, don't say anything. Until pertinent, I suppose.
Colonel Mustard in the library with the
Mhm.
rope.
Well, I suppose we should travel back up above the surface and make our way towards the pit overland.
Wasn't there another way to get there that we found, or that we thought would get us there under here? Or am I remembering wrong?
I point to the rubble.
Oh, I thought there was another way for some reason.
Yes, I believe that that one was the tunnel to the old light. Again, also caved in. I believe, right?
Well,
Yes.
It's my memory.
I'm not necessarily mad about being up above the surface again.
Just when I
Smells
can-
like ghouls down here.
Right.
Just when I can see perfectly down here, it's
I'm
unnecessary. Well, oh well.
sure we'll be back down here at some point, Calliope.
Or at least out in the evening and night. That'll be nice to see in the dark. Anyway, let's go. Unless anybody else has anything else.
No, as we begin to go, Glabia kind of like walk next to you and if this Wogo Rabs is a ghoul in themselves and then they're just trying to keep together, then they likely have more information about these ghouls, I imagine. Especially because these ghouls they mentioned Rib Nugget was that away, or in the plateau, in the pit. And it seems like this is where Woga is as well.
I wonder if it's just a matter of coincidence that they're in the same general direction. I'm not sure I take your interpretation that Olga is a ghoul, though. Is that reading between the lines that I'm not thinking of, or I personally shed some light on that for me? I might have overlooked that piece. Because if he is a ghoul and I see him, well, might not end well.
Might open a can of harassment justice.
Or whoop ass.
A lesser known tenant of Pharasma.
Yeah. A possibility just based off the language used.
Understood. That makes sense. Well, it is good to think these thoughts and have ourselves prepared for that inevitability or possibility even.
We did try to talk to these ones, and of course they seem to only speak Goblin, which is why Giddy got them. This one we know speaks Common.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole party could attempt to communicate rather than us watch Giddy get stabbed and then have to decide that we need to retaliate.
That's fair.
Yes.
I do appreciate the prevention of stabbing.
That's the ideal approach, I suppose. But yeah, it was Quink that said that we had what was it, harpies and bandits we have to deal with.
Potentially even worse if Nualia's tidings and prophecy is to be believed. Something on red wings and fire
Yes.
breath. I can't recall exactly what she said, but yeah, it could be even worse than just harpies and bandits.
We'll be okay. I'll take those red wings and make boots out of them.
Those would be very stylish on you, Prip. It might make this sneaking a little more difficult, though.
Squeak, 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 squeak as Burp
Yeah,
walks
good.
anywhere.
You get a good resole on those, though. They last a long time.
I just thought of the boots from that one episode of SpongeBob where he gets the really tall, squeaky boots and drives Mr. Krabs insane. It's like a really early episode.
I'm not a SpongeBob aficionado.
Rude.
I know.
Where it's where the younger audience learned of Nosferatu.
That's where I learned of Nosferatu too, to be fair.
Wow. That's cool.
Right. I think we are moving on to
Yeah, I think.
overland travel.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. It is about. It's still pretty much early morning. So you guys gather your things. Any shops or stop-offs you want to make on the way out of town?
Hopefully,
Anybody
already
did?
made her stop. She wants to get the hell out of Dodge.
All right.
I believe
let's do
we
it.
we outfitted ourselves pretty well before the ritual.
That's true,
just
we did.
in
Yeah.
case that was not just a speaking encounter.
Thanks.
So,
All right. Here is the overland map. Sandpoint hinterlands.
There's lots going on.
Yes, there is a lot.
Dang, it's going down.
Woo! Is this Kingmaker now?
Let me turn down this
Yeah.
windy coast.
Where's our estate?
All right, so
I would
get
like to reconnoiter.
the pit. It is about 6 miles.
not bad.
Oh, let's say it. Okay.
If you're
Yeah.
traveling, if you're
We're
traveling
gonna party
south,
of short legs.
southwards, yeah, 6 miles from Sandpoint to the pit. Who's got the slowest speed?
Great question.
That is, yeah.
Just because we have little legs.
Giddy, when not on top of Ignara, has 25.
I had
And
25.
I have 25.
I also have 25.
All right, so we're moving at 2.5 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's only 3 miles. That's only like 3 hours. That's not bad at
Mhm.
all.
Yes, it's about 3 up until you get to a place where you can start climbing, and then it becomes very difficult terrain.
Are there
Uh,
known trails or like paths that we can use to ascend the platter before we descend into the pit?
Yes, there
Oh.
are.
Yeah, and I don't know if we would retcon and say we need a extra climbing gear and just buy that.
Ha ha ha.
That's
So
fine.
Flay comes
Okay.
standard with climbing gear.
Perfect.
So does Brip. His
I'm wearing
hands.
200 pounds of armor.
I even have a grappling gun.
Do you really? That's awesome.
I do. That's the pistol I carry on my side.
That's cool.
That's beautiful.
That's so cool. I always
Uh,
envisioned the necklace of daggers, but I didn't realize that you had a side piece.
I mentioned it. I mentioned it one time. So
Okay.
that's fair.
Definitely overlooked it.
All right, so we'll say that you guys got whatever gear that you needed beforehand to make this easier, so you can just drag and drop anything that you need from the compendium into your sheets.
Quick free equipment.
I see a bag of weasels in the compendium. I'll just take that real quick.
There is. You guys can do. Oh no, Brett, you guys already researched. You talked to Brother Quink about the pit already. Gave you some warnings about possible hazards or encounters. So, yeah, it's gonna take you guys a bit to get there.
Yeah. Rip, you know the area best. Could you guide us there?
I absolutely could.
But I won't.
For the right price.
trying to find the climbing kit because I would like to buy one of those.
It is called climbing kit.
See, that's what I thought, but for some reason I'll find it a different way.
I have one. I don't know if you can like, can I clone it and then drop it into the body stand? I don't know. Sweet.
So, Quink did give you guys pretty succinct instructions on how to get there. It's not a very well-traveled trail, but he's pretty exact about it. It read as the safest route to the pit is to take the Lost Coast Road south to Cougar Creek Road, then follow the road southeast past Trennell's Farm and Sorrel's Farm. Then turn east along Wisher's Trail. Upon reaching Wisher's Well, head north. The rise up to Devil's Platter is rough but climbable. The pit itself is about a half-mile north of the climb. And he says that once you get onto or near Cougar Creek, that it may become dangerous as you're completely off of the Lost Coast Road and in the wilds at that point. Essentially traveling between trails that are populated by farmers and more isolated families in smaller communities. So it is about a 4-hour journey, all that said. So I'm gonna roll some dice to see how this goes. I see we have a survival check from Brit that will cover.
I'm leading the way.
Leading the way.
We have to get higher level before we get what is it called? Follow the leader.
Oh no.
One of us takes that much fall damage.
That's a lot of dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was 8 d10s that was rolled on the screen for the audio listeners.
So there's
We
an
didn't know what they
800%
were.
chance of something happening.
Actually, surprisingly, you guys encounter nothing along the way. So you move along the Lost Coast Road. It is somewhat populated. You're catching merchants and tourists and travelers, and then you cut over towards Cougar Creek, and then towards Wisher's Well, and then finally up to the climb to the pit. This is where it gets a little treacherous. Brip, if you could roll another survival check as you've come to almost a sheer cliff face along the southern part of the Devil's Platter.
Can I get a bag of weasels from Weasel Creek now that I know that item exists?
You have to travel a bit further eastward.
All right, Giddy's going on a solo mission. Be back in a few.
We'll just stop for lunch quick and wait for him to return.
I want my bag of weasels, damn it.
Where's my bag of weasels?
And it's 0 gold. It's essentially free.
Because it's a cursed item.
You're not wrong, but
It's a fun item though. Okay. Let's see. I got your roll, Nick.
I'm reading more of the description. I love it. The weasel has no loyalty to you and typically attempts to escape as quickly as possible. I just envision it being a menace.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Party pet. Party pet.
All right, so Brip, you're able to navigate fairly well up to a very steep escarpment of jagged rock. Here's where it's going to take some athletics rolls. Threw that in the chat for you.
Oh, for everybody?
What
For
if you have a climb
everyone.
speed?
You don't need to roll anything then.
Okay. Can I climb to the top and drop a rope down and give everyone an aid of some sort?
Absolutely. And Giddy, with Anchor 89's card, you get a +1 to a perception check roll.
Ooh. Oh, so I'm rolling perception right now instead
No,
of
I'm just saying
athletics?
for future.
Oh,
use,
okay.
if
Got
you'd
it,
like
got it,
to,
got it, got it.
Before we roll those. So.
What is the
I
height?
got it.
Like, do we have enough rope for that even?
Let's see. Yes. You got 50 foot of rope.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, that should be enough.
Athletics.
Yeah, so Burp will climb him up there, fashion the rope to something, and toss it down.
Since we have climbing kits, it's
Mm-hmm.
says if we critically fail, we can attempt a DC 5 flat check.
Nice.
Good to know.
Well, Calliope,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to roll that because you critically failed.
Really?
Climb speed
Yeah.
came into effect right away.
Wow.
I really didn't think I was gonna need it, but apparently we do.
I have a plus 13 to acrobatics. Did I roll a natural one?
You did, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say that seems implausible. All right, 1d20 for a flat check. It is a 10, so that
Okay.
is a pass.
All right. So everybody else succeeds. One more from Calliope.
All right. Yeah, athletics is my best skill. So I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
All right, you make it look too easy this time around with a critical success.
Yeah, that rock was. Fuck that rock. That one was a very loose one. You really tricked me. But here, see, that's how it's done.
You are twice the height of everyone here.
Yes, my legs are as long as your entire body.
While
Okay.
Burp can like hang by one hand because he's like Spider-Man because he can crawl so well.
Yeah.
Just to remind you guys, for secret rolls, you guys have the option to use your obols also, just by saying if it's a failure or worse, I'd like to use an obol, and then it's spent. Just a reminder.
Oh,
Mhm.
speaking of that kind of thing, at what point are we able to do like the take a 10 or take a 20 kind of thing?
Anytime, I think, right?
I think you have to have assurance
You do
in
have to have
2E.
assurance to use it, but yeah.
You do? Or you don't?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you have
taking
to have
10 isn't a
assurance.
thing in Pathfinder
Oh,
2nd.
okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense, but it just popped through my mind.
Yeah, that's what assurance is.
Yeah.
You have
Giving
to
you,
have
That makes
you
a
have
lot
to
of
take a
sense.
feat for that.
Yeah, because then you can use it at any time with assurance.
Fair enough.
As long as you have the skill assigned to it.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Okay, cool. So everybody made it up. No damage, no harm, thankfully, during this climb. So,
I'm on top of the world.
essentially,
It is kind of windy up here.
It is very windy. It's flat, save for the occasional like strange rise or outcropping of rocks. It would make for very easy ambushes around any corner at any point in time. And
That's not ominous.
maybe off in the distance you hear the cry of like an eagle or large predatory bird.
I'll just say this now. I'm avoiding notice as my exploration activity.
Okay.
That's my response to what you just said. I'm hiding.
Calliope is not stealthy or doing any favors for any of you, so.
Doing me a favor. They're going to see you first.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Ka-clang, ka-clang, ka-clang.
You're definitely going to do us favors.
Every once in a while, you might catch like rocks tumbling nearby. Look over nervously. Don't
It's
see
like
anything.
R2 in the canyon,
Yeah, exactly.
waiting for the Jawas to pop out. Calliope does have her sword out, and she is got this shield strap to her that we found in one of those treasure pits that I believe was a card from Anchor. So
Yeah.
thanks for this random cool shield that I will use because it's cool.
Oh yeah. Okay, after walking for another 15 or 20 minutes, you guys come to the pit. A vast hole yawns in the rocky plateau.
Le P.
It's the bloom.
Yeah. Start whispering.
Whisper into the hole.
It easily measures a good 50 feet in diameter and dropping away into fog-filled shadows below. The sides of the pit are steep, nearly vertical, and are relatively smooth, without any obvious handholds. The bottom of the pit is shrouded by a thick layer of fog that starts about 50 feet down. There is a 5-foot wide ledge that creeps along the eastern side of the pit, about 20 feet from the rim. There's a rickety-looking wooden ladder that leads down from this ledge, from the pit's southern edge. There are additional ladders that connect even deeper ledges disappearing down into the fog layer below. The air around the edge of the pit feels significantly colder than above. It is very silent within, and it feels like the quiet is just unnatural, very unsettling, and at any moment could give vent to a very unnerving scream.
Ew. Calliope bends down and picks up a rock next to her and kind of hefts it in her hand and like gestures like, I'm gonna throw this in. And just looks at everyone. And if
Tiffler just nods.
if nobody immediately stops her, she will just huck that rock over the edge into the bottom of the pit and just listen.
You huck it in,
Not opposed.
and you don't see...
Ow! Who fucking threw that rock?
You don't hear anything, actually.
Fireball.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I suppose I should have expected that. If we heard it hit the ground soon, they wouldn't call it the pit. It'd just be the shallow divot. I don't even know. Let's go down. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, it's not the pothole.
Yes, exactly.
There we go. I
It's
like
a
that
much
one.
better. Yes. Oh, I thought it was a lot larger
Very
around,
cool
a much
looking.
higher diameter. That's cool.
It
The
is.
bottom
way
looks like a
creepier.
face.
Yeah, it's like 40, 45 feet.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like 100,
Oh, yes.
like 100, 200 feet. But yeah, it does have a Voldemort ghost face
Kind of does.
in the
It
fog
looks like
there.
a dancing creepy baby.
It reminds me of like an undead character from World of Warcraft.
Yes.
Oh, I see it.
Seeing
Yeah.
One, its right eye socket is kind of like falling apart, and its face is crumbling.
Mm.
Got
So
little
just
arms and
to
little
give you guys a
legs.
little more of a descriptor of the environment around it, it's surrounded by boulders and small patches of soil, just like with small shrubberies and dry patches of grass. But it looks like the path all around the pit is smooth and worn, as if there had been been traversed many times over.
I'm just gonna throw out a quick detect metal just to see if there's any metal within 30 feet of myself.
Calliope stands back.
Explodes. Just kidding. The ghostly figure also looks like the ghost that Aragorn had to command.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
You will suffer me.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Yes.
blade was broken.
I like even ores and stuff I get to recognize. And now that I have third level spells, it is heightened, so you can discern all types of metal you detect.
Okay. I'm sorry, what's the distance on that?
30 feet.
30 feet? Okay.
Yes.
You now know of all of our piercings. You're like, oh, that's weird. Didn't know that.
Not gonna
Ignore that
mention
one.
that one.
You don't detect anything.
Okay.
That's
Well, let's maybe
cool ladder art. Not gonna lie.
tie a rope around the old oak tree and climb down. I feel like this ladder might not hold me. I
Well,
don't know. Maybe you should all go first since I will be the heaviest.
I have another way down, but you guys can go ahead.
I'll
What does that mean?
scout over here. I
Uh,
can just climb down too.
well, this is what I mean. And he looks back at Iggy and whistles, and then Iggy, like from her body, grows a small pair of fiery wings as I use something called glider form.
Neat. Very
Wow,
cool. Well,
that's crazy.
we can't do that. I'll souffle. There, it looks like Brip's already over the edge, climbing down.
No, Brip is standing on the
Oh.
edge. He's gonna stand watch. Once you guys are down the ladder, he'll climb down.
Got it. I heard you say climb. That's all I heard. I apologize. Well, souffle. After you. Again, if this ladder breaks, well,
Right.
we'll be royally fucked if that's the
Well,
case.
hold on. Let Iggy and I get down there first, and then just in case, we can try to catch you.
Don't.
Ugh.
If you go too far away from us, we don't know what's down there.
That's true. Well, my hope was just to go right down to the bottom of where that ladder is.
That's fair.
All right, Iggy, let's do it. And he hops on Iggy's back, and then they float gently down to about right there at the bottom of the ladder on the edge of this platform down here in front of you all.
How fast do you float down?
That is a great question. Let me double check what it is.
Okay.
As
you're checking that and floating down, all of you hear the sound of high-pitched whistles echoing.
Son of a bitch.
Huh, weird. I don't remember making that noise.
It's just like it sounds like you can't tell how many the echoes are just reverberating through the pit. It happens seconds after Giddy and Ignara jump over the ledge, and go and roll a perception check too, all of you.
Get that +1, Cody.
Yeah.
And as soon as that first set of whistles kind of fades away, you hear another set of 2 short whistles, as if in response.
Well,
That
doesn't
can't
sound
be
great.
good.
At first, I thought that was just me farting, but it turned out not to be that. There's not really a good answer to the question you asked me because it just says glide slowly towards the ground, 5 feet down and up to 25 feet forward through the air.
Okay.
You could essentially levitate down, I would assume, by that wording.
Yeah, that's what I would
Well,
think.
it sounds like you have to move 25 feet to get 5 feet.
It says
So
up
you
to
could
25
just-
feet, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then the second part says, as long as it is spending at least 1 action gliding each round and has not yet reached the ground, it remains in the air at the end of your turn. So,
It's like a
If
feather fall.
kind of,
Mhm.
yeah.
okay.
We'll just say that you get to the first closest ledge. by the end
Yeah,
of
that's
your
what I
turn.
wanted.
And by then, Brip and Calliope, as you're kind of watching Giddy and Ignara float down, you catch sight of a goblin looking up at them, peering over a ledge and up at you. It's very quick. You see its eyes kind of go wide. You're not sure if the whistles, well, you think one set of the whistles came from it, but let me give you a better idea of what this goblin looked like also.
Is it a goblin?
We're about to find out. Probably is. It looks like the weird Voldemort baby face down there. Harry Potter!
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter!
I seen this. It was a meme about
Oh
Harry
my
Potter. It was
God.
like,
It's so
it was
funny.
like, do you think I mean you harm, Harry Potter? And then it was like, well, yeah, you're like my fifth teacher in a row who's tried to kill me, who's my dark arts teacher. So yeah, I do kind of think you're trying to harm me. Like, that's a good point.
Oh, Kedavra!
Right. I mean, we'll give him a shit, but Ray Fiennes is a fantastic
Oh,
actor.
of course.
It's true,
Of
it's true.
course.
So the goblin that looked up, and you guys saw. I can't find the picture right now, but it looked like
Shame.
it was quite alive, unlike the goblin ghouls you had run into previously. But its
We could
teeth,
change that.
its teeth have holes in them.
Ugh.
Like, well, I didn't see it. I can't ask.
And it kind
Like
of looked
cavities?
up like it was hard to tell, but as it
Fair.
smiled and grinned and like laughed to
Ugh.
itself as it noticed you, and ran into
Like whistling through its teeth.
Yo.
it ran away just as soon as you saw it, and the whistling had stopped. The second responsive whistle stopped.
It's also like the uncle at Thanksgiving.
I don't.
Giddy and Ignari, you land. On
It
the
made
beach.
sense in my head, and that's
Okay.
what really matters, Dylan.
Calliope will point and point down to where she saw the goblin and say, "Goblin?
Yeah, I see Giddy down there. Yes.
No, other goblin."
It looked like it had ran to the north, on the same ledge that Giddy is on to the south.
Okay.
The ledge kind of wraps around the eastern part of the pit up to another ladder, and then it does look like there is a door to the north where that ledge ends up. Giddy
Yeah.
and
See,
Ignari
right
can
there.
clearly
Door
see
to
it.
the north.
That door right there, ran.
Wait,
a
Sorry, Gideon and
cumulative
Ignara
accent.
do or do not see it.
You do see the door where that goblin had ran into.
It
Oh,
went in the
okay.
door.
Wow, there's a door down here.
Is that what whistled?
I'm honestly not sure. I thought something went through that door, but I didn't quite see what it was. Is that the other goblin you're talking about, Calliope? Giddy's yelling up the
Yeah.
ladder.
Assuming this is like 20 to 30 feet down.
Something like that. Gotta
Yeah.
be.
Calliope is like stage yelling back down. Like, yes! Like trying to be loud, but not like shouting. Ah! You know?
Imagine the wind is
Go in
loud
there.
here.
Yeah,
That's
like
also
cupping her
true.
hands around her mouth to try to focus the sound. Souffle, let's go down. After you.
Sylphia's got to keep one hand on her head to keep her hat from falling in the wind.
I like to
Uh,
imagine the way that Brip goes down this wall that he's about to go down is like one of those like sticky, floppy men that you get out of the gumball machines, and then just like
This
flops
flips from hand to
down.
hand.
Exactly,
Sticky floppy men.
sticky floppy men. I don't know what they're called, but you put them on the window and they go over themselves.
I don't know that. I know sticky hands, but anyway.
Imagine that, but a whole man.
What?
Sounds
Listen.
like fun.
I just notice things sometimes. Okay,
Calliope-
whether or not other people do.
Will follow Silflay down the ladder, provided it doesn't break on her.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I'll go down and I'll just, I kind of point us because Calliope was saying that there was a goblin right over the edge, and then they ended up running around. Like, I completely missed them, but apparently they were like right. I look at it, Ignore, I was like, how did you not see it? Here. I'm gonna start walking this way. I'm
Okay.
sticking very close to the wall, but I'm kind of looking around and slowly walking around.
Sure. Let's see. So you guys are walking around the eastern part of the ledge. You can
Yes.
barely you can clearly see that there are other ledges just below you also, but this one has a door to the north with a ledge in front of it that with another ladder that leads down. The next level below, where the ladder heads down, it looks like there are a set of staircases that travel counterclockwise to the south east. That level shares two other ledges to the north and southwest.
So which way do we go?
Well, I'd hate to leave our backs unattended, so I do think that we should investigate where that goblin ran off to first.
Doors up here.
That's possible.
Up where?
To the
Up
north.
here.
Where the just
Yeah.
north
Okay.
of that ladder.
Yeah. Well, I'll walk over there. Clang, 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 clang.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it across there if we try to fly again.
Calliope
Oh
would
no,
try to.
Iggy!
Iggy just falls.
You just respawn them at least.
Hey, I was gonna say, once they hit
Yeah.
100 feet down, they just respawn
They
anyway.
poof, yeah. Calliope will put her back up against the wall and kind of peer around into the opening. It's not a closed door; it's just an opening. So.
It is a closed door.
Oh, then maybe Brip. I'm not sure. I could just kick this fucker open.
I can't hear you.
You could also open it.
There. She'll open the door.
Did
I don't
you
know why
say
that's funny to me,
something?
but it is.
Okay, you open the door to reveal a break. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching so far. We'll come back in just a bit to investigate where these goblins have gone to.
Go get yourself a floppy sticky man from a gumball machine while you
where's
wait.
Goblin? Where's Goblin? Potato.
Aha! I am Brip. Because
Oh no!
I fucked the cameras up.
You sure?
Oh, they're all messed
did.
up. I'm Silflay.
Aha, except for mine.
I am Dylan.
Me.
What? Along this 4-hour travel while I fix the cameras, what conversations were had before you reached the pit?
I did put a roll in the founder chat. I don't know if you saw that, but Calliope was investigating that ran sewer from the statue of the lady that we gave a garnet to, and she came to life and tried to kill us. And that's what she was talking about. She said, "This ran sewer, and I still haven't really figured it out. I know there's some magical properties here, but hopefully after some more investigation, we'll be able to identify its magic abilities. And well, I don't see myself or any of us using it, frankly. I'm very curious to know what it could do."
I like to think that she's just kind of rambling as she's working to
Yeah.
identify this, and we're just acting as like three seeing eye dogs, just walking in front of her to make sure she doesn't wander off the trail.
Yeah. She just walks, gets a little close to the left edge, and then somebody gets up on her right side and then kind of just like bumps her back in like a bumper on a bowling alley or something.
Yeah. Dylan's just
turning it
on.
over.
It's the days of Pokemon Go when people had to have like handlers to keep them out of the streets.
Exactly. Yeah.
I forgot about
Yes,
that.
I know this rune here means that it's very powerful, but this one seems to contradict that. And I only went to Magic Academy for a short time before I was not able to continue my studies, so I have a bit of dubious knowledge, as it were. So that's a meta joke.
That is a meta joke.
Okay, no, nobody reacted at all. So I was like, I have to clarify.
Oh,
Right.
no.
I was reading something.
I
Okay, it's all good.
understand. Over the past few sessions, I know that feeling all too well. I had to high five myself a couple times.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, I was trying to keep myself from just being like,
There it is.
"That's great, Grandma."
Calliope,
nice,
who was
Granny.
like
Here's your
24
meds.
years old, like early to mid 20s.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Giddy during that whole ride, because he, for most long distance, usually is atop Ignara. So I feel like he would be listening to Calliope go on about this thing, but then also I think Giddy would be reflecting on what has happened with his relation to the Scardetti family, and this being one of the few times he's really ventured out of Sandpoint proper, um, and just like life's gonna look pretty different from now on, isn't it, Iggy? It's gonna be different, and I don't know if it's gonna be a good different, a bad different, maybe a little bit of both. And of course, there's not really much of a response from Iggy, but he's just kind of going through, cycling through these thoughts, and every once in a while catching bits and pieces of what Calliope's talking about.
Silflay is just mostly acting as that guide, as Silflay is kind of lost. Sorry, as Calliope is kind of lost within her translation, so to speak. And I mean, I think Brip is up ahead. Yeah, you are leading the way here. So
All right, maps. I mean, cameras are done. All
Action.
good now. And you said you were trying to identify that red source still too, right?
Yes, I did roll. I did put an Arcana chat in the check a while back, but I also did send you a request to identify. I forgot where that was, so.
I can't find it. Just give me another Arcana check real quick,
Okay.
because it could come in handy.
It's like, I don't even know. All right. Lo Ciento, Arcana, Blind GM roll.
All right, and you guys with Calliope at the front, next to the door. Silflay behind her, some feet, followed by Giddy and Iggy, and then Brip taking up the rear. Calliope, you open the door to find a tunnel. It looks like it meanders northward for some ways. As you also previously successfully identified the Ransua.
Yay.
Wow.
Swat.
Swah.
Cool. We can talk about that after, but Calliope will turn to the group and say, there's a tunnel here. I don't see any goblins right on the other side, but do
Our
we
goal
investigate here?
is
or
down, though, isn't it? Shouldn't we try to travel down?
I don't disagree.
Maybe this could be another way down. Maybe a more internal route.
Not
'Cause,
sure.
I
I'm
mean-
not very good at identifying where a tunnel might lead. If somebody can take a look, they might be able to see. To me, it just looks like a big tunnel. But I can see. I will let you know. I can see in the dark. So, ha!
You're very proud of that. That's very good.
Everyone needs something to be proud of, I suppose.
Clive, he's just like kind of brooding about it. It's like, whatever.
Let me take a look here, just to see if I can maybe figure something out.
I can see
Aye.
pretty far in the darkness if you'd like me to take a first look.
I was hoping that I
Ah.
was going to be able to see it,
Almost fell off the edge there.
but alas, the map does not allow me to look inside.
Can-
Yeah.
Show me.
I mean,
so you,
Sorry.
so you open the door, and it looks like it has. It is a short tunnel that meanders about 40 feet northward, and it looks like it opens up into a room that is not lit at all. But Giddy, you have dark vision, correct?
I think Giddy has low light vision, actually.
Oh,
Mm.
Giddy, you're blind?
I don't like to
we
think
have
about
dark
it.
vision across the board.
Okay. Well, if you have dark vision, then
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now, but I'm not seeing it.
The party page says that Giddy has dark vision,
Oh, well,
Alright,
glad you
perfect.
can find it, because I can't.
we'll run with that.
including
So
Ignara.
you can see that it opens up to a room
Oh, it's right there.
with that's decorated with dozens of skulls. Just at the center of the room. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna put you guys on this map. Let's do that to kind of
I was
help
going to say, there's got to be a map.
get us there. Where are you?
Where are you, Christmas?
Where are you?
Where are you?
Yes.
That was my whole down thing.
I saw that too, and I was like, I was
In my
having
head, it was
Agatha
Blink-182.
flashbacks.
I just didn't want to give enough clues away.
Oh, I'm glad that was your reference. Mine was Agatha. For anyone who's seen that whole series.
The Agatha All Along one, or
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
seen
yeah.
that one yet.
I have not watched it, but I've heard Audrey Plaza plays a certain character.
It was alright.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I
she's
enjoyed it.
great, so I'm sure it's good. I'm sure
I liked it. Ethan really liked it.
she has a great persona.
Hmm.
All right. What you see is what you get. As you guys are peering northward, Giddy, you can see
Oh, I can see a little something.
strange statue, and then behind it there are dozens of skulls.
Huh.
I gotta say, these maps are gaslighting us because there was a bunch of like fog in the first one and in the center of this pit, and now it's
Right.
just darkness.
Is this
Which
a
is it,
different
map?
pit?
Is there fog or darkness? One of them I can see through.
Well, based on what I can see, there's some kind of spooky statue and some skulls behind it. So I don't know how I feel about that, but
It didn't work out very well last time. We approached a statue.
well, as long as we don't take anything from it this time, you know,
Calliope, you better go first.
that's probably a true statement. After you,
Fair.
ma'am.
And for the record, I was only stepping aside because I thought that the tunnel was longer.
Right. If there's a goblin in there, keep in mind it's not a go if it doesn't attack us. Perhaps we try to talk first. We're probably invading someone's home, though this seems a little ritualistic, so I don't know.
Fair. I'll keep that in mind.
Well, IP, what you see ahead of you, now that you've got a better vantage of the chamber beyond, it is decorated with dozens of skulls harvested from a wide range of animals, from deer, cow, elk, wolves, horse, and even some humans. All of the wall-mounted skulls are angled to stare down at the entrance, at you.
Hmm.
In 4 alcoves stand taxidermied spiders that are as big as humans, each posed in a menacing position, while an even larger figure, a horse, with glittering gemstone eyes and quote-unquote wings made of canvas. It has a giant lizard's tail stitched to its hindquarters and a mouth filled with sharp fangs, as it seems to be standing vigil to the doors behind it.
Well, it was nice visiting. I think we should leave.
Well, let me. No, Silflay, go ahead. I'm just thinking.
I was gonna say I could have lean forward, kind of between Ignar and the wall, and getting like. So I know that might be the Sandpoint Devil, but did you see its eyes?
Well, you know, yeah, but you know what happened last time we did that.
We did solve it, but that's why Calliope's going first.
That's true. And as long as nothing bad happens, then maybe we can take him.
I hope that's a statue.
Yeah, that's also yeah. I'm kind of hoping it is, because if not, I really don't want to deal with whatever that thing is.
Maybe said a goblin went in there too, so I'm wondering if the goblin's behind the statue.
It's possible.
I don't know.
Or it's a were statue, and it is the goblin.
What?
That took me a second, but I got there.
While this conversation is going on, Calliope is looking around the room for any religious iconography and trying
I
to
think there's a few.
piece this into a religion. I'll recall religion.
Okay.
I seen it.
I see it.
Yes.
Who's trying to open that door?
Nobody's trying to open it. I see the ping.
Oh,
Yeah, so behind the statue of the winged horse devil, there is a door directly behind it and a door to the northeast of it. With your religion check, Calliope, this doesn't seem like any major or minor deities that you're familiar with, but in the way that this is set up, it seems to be in definitely some form of worship to this thing.
Got it,
Horse,
yes.
demon, and
This-
just Silflay, Brip, and Giddy. You all almost immediately recognize this as some kind of representation of the mythical Sandpoint Devil.
Sandpoint Devil.
The Sandpoint.
Sandpoint down.
Da,
Sandpoint.
da, da.
Ah, shit, the Sandpoint Devil.
That's what I said.
Very cool.
Listen, it took me a minute to register that fact.
Beautifully executed.
I'm over here trying to read my Bible, and you all knew this. Anyway, well, it seems it's clearly set up as an altar for worship, but I don't know. Should we proceed? Again, our main mission lies down. Or is this the creature with red wings? I don't-
Oh, that's a good point.
No, I
It's hard to
defer.
see. It's hard to see color in the dark because I could only see black and white in the dark.
But I wonder if one of these doors in here, I wonder if maybe they lead down.
Well, all right. I'm gonna take a step in. Boop.
You do so.
She takes another step in, kind of just like cautiously looking around, slowly making sure she's not going to get ambushed.
Iggy, you go ahead of me.
No.
Okay.
Whoop. Well,
As you get to there, Calliope.
yep, I knew it.
Uh,
Stepped right in front of one of these gigantic spider statues.
the taxidermied Sandpoint Devil lurches forward, opens
Oh,
its
shit.
jaws, and emits a blood-curdling howl and a blast of foul-smelling gray smoke.
Ugh. Pleasant.
That's real nice.
It. Oh, I think Calliope, you would have been one step back.
Maybe.
Oh, well,
Oh,
You
never
gotta go
mind.
right there.
once again, Brip is the smart one.
All right, so in a 30-foot cone, jeez, the
Fuck.
smoke is just leaches outward, and the scream is it echoes through the chambers. It rings your ears. I'd like for all of you except Brip, who is way outside the hallway, to roll a fortitude save. That is in chat.
Oh goodness.
Why does this
Roll-
keep happening to you guys?
That's
Because-
greedy.
Oh, it doesn't have to be.
Curiosity.
The saving
Oh.
throws don't have to be secret.
Oh,
Well,
is this a gas effect? Because I have.
It is a gas effect.
I got bonuses to this. Hold on. Let me find it.
Don't light a match.
It gave me the option to turn it on, but obviously I didn't because I was like, I can breathe even in hazardous or sparse air. You gain a +1 circumstance bonus to saving throws against inhaled threats, such as
Ooh.
inhaled poisons. And if I roll a success on a saving throw, I get a critical success instead.
better.
Nice. Okay. Sorry, how much of a bonus better was that?
I get 1, but if it's success, it becomes a critical success.
Gotcha. Well,
That's cool.
I'll say everybody failed. Calliope, you critically failed.
Oh,
Oh, can I use an obol then?
Yes.
I don't want to breathe whatever this poop air is.
Poo air.
oh, poopy.
And I'm
That's
gonna
what my
make it
3-year-old
public. That's not great. That's 19 total. Wow, that's also a failure. So,
That is also a failure. Yes.
well, but it's
It's
not
not
a
a critical
failure.
failure.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so all of you
dang.
become
Damn.
enfeebled 1.
Oh no, that's not good. That's my strengths.
And then the taxidermied Sandpoint devil kind of resets and sits back on its hind legs, still looking threatening as ever.
Everyone okay? What happened in there?
In a sense, yes.
I imagine that Brip just seen like a cloud of dust come out that was stinky. Because he's like backed up against the wall taking cover, you know? Not even, I don't even think he's even looked in the room very much.
The
It just seemed
devil
like a
has farted.
poof. Who let one rip?
That would be the devil.
Devil.
Yeah, I think it's safe just to look around the corner, just so you see.
There's a
Calliope-
trap.
Calliope, you step in front of
It's a
that
trap.
Statue of the spider.
Oh God, here we
Something
go
else
again.
happens.
Yeah, I was gonna say she like retches and like tries to like steady herself on the wall here.
You step on a pressure plate adjacent to the spider, and it sprays out a sticky substance. I'd like for you to roll
Fuck
a
this
reflex
room.
save.
Oh, man.
Now Calliope's the sticky man from the bubblegum machine.
Oh.
Oh no.
I'm gonna use my other
Oh
obol.
my
So
gosh.
I have
Oh, wow.
used 2 obols in this room.
What
We're
is with
leaving
your
after
critical
this.
failure streak here?
This is no bueno.
Gonna close the door. Just kidding.
Oh,
Right.
God.
And today I stopped being an adventurer.
Right, you didn't even take an
Yeah.
arrow through the knee.
Not
Oh
yet.
my God, it's
no,
Oh,
way
no.
better. Okay.
Went from a 13 total to a 14 total.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh,
Oh,
disaster.
My
Roots,
dies
my
are against me
goots.
tonight.
boy. Okay, so
But you agreed
you are
to die by the die if you had
restrained.
to, so.
You're restrained
Oh God.
until the
Okay.
webbing is destroyed.
Oh, okay, that's not the worst thing.
However, let's say, let's get into some initiative now. How about
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That I can do.
as the howl of the taxidermied Sandpoint devil kind of finishes echoing throughout chamber, and Calliope is spat upon by the statue of a spider. You all hear the pitter patter of feet from a door beyond as they approach.
This little bastard.
I sense a snitch.
I got a 27.
Great. Thanks for that 19 on my
I
It's a
got a
28 for
24.
initiative.
Brip. Damn.
Brip with a 34.
Damn, nice.
Nick's just super casual.
Plus 17.
But he's like nowhere to be seen.
That's because I'm using the cover bonus, but I will be immediately losing an action coming into play. But I get to go first
Mm-hmm.
to delay. I'm just kidding. I'm not even sure if there's anything I can do in there.
Fuck. You could cut me out of this shit.
I mean, that's where we got fire. We got controlled file.
It's true.
Mm.
Well, now it's the time to fireball a room, I suppose.
But I did. Calliope doesn't have fire resistance. I didn't give it to her.
She'd understand.
I
It
have a
might take a
plan,
day or two of communication, but
but my plan involves fighting living creatures.
Oh, there was a lot of
that's
d20s.
so
What
many
rolled.
dice.
Six d20s rolled on the screen.
Oh,
All right,
man.
let's start this combat off.
Paizo, I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Brip, you are first. I'll just say that
Hey.
you can hear your companions are very worried about what's to come.
Brip would 5-foot step, ending cover.
Okay.
Doesn't see anything going on here.
Free to talk.
What's
Calliope
going on
just
in
got-
there?
She just got webbed by. I can't really see, but she just got webbed by something.
We're not like looking for traps or anything as we go.
You know, Brip,
that's your
that
job.
might have been a good idea, but you're kind of way back there.
I had mentioned I would go first, but I just keep having to end up being in the back.
20/20 hindsight.
But I feel like I like it back here.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Cocks his head, looking at all you guys all disheveled.
You know, Brip, it's still not too late for you to get in here and try disarming some other things.
We did hear.
I-
We heard footprints though.
From which
I just lean more towards Brip. It may be better if you stay there.
Possibly, but also he has a better chance of shooting things if he's in here.
I could
Giddy,
shoot
I'm
things in
literally
there
playing
from here
devil's
too.
advocate. There's a devil right in there.
I mean, Calliope's already played the advocate for a couple things in this room.
I can ready an action with 2 actions, right?
Yes.
I will
It's gotta-
ready an
it's gotta be
action.
It's got to be a one action activity. Though.
If I see
One action.
an enemy that looks like it's going to hurt one of my friends, I will shoot it.
Okay.
Why so many more d20s?
Goblin goes to strike one of you guys and nothing happens. You're like, whoa, we're not friends? It's like, oh, I didn't trigger, sorry.
All right. After Brip, Calliope. Enfeebled 1, restrained, off guard, and immobilized due to sticky webs.
All right. Calliope is going to flex and bust out of here.
Roll that escape check.
So You can attempt an acrobatics or athletics check instead of using your attack modifier if you choose. What? Let me see which is better. Sorry. Unarmed attack is plus 12. My athletics is better, so I'm going to do actually, it's the same because I'm enfeebled. So, whatever. Here is an escape. She's just like straining up against it. That is 11 on the die for a total of 23.
Oh, nice. You break free. Remove the grabbed, immobilized, and restrained condition.
Damn, yeah. She, even though she's immobilized, she's enfeebled, she's still just the power of Pharasma bulges her muscles, and she breaks out of this. She had her sword out. I'm not sure if I'm assuming she would still have that in her hand.
Sure.
She didn't lose any of that.
Nope.
And then I think she would just step back in front of Ignara and they're coming. Should we leave? Do we face them? I'm okay, but I don't feel fully up to snuff. Should we leave?
Could I
I'm not
ask
hurt, but
where did we hear these sounds coming from?
None
just
of you are
further
entirely
in.
sure.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Could be from the door to the north or door to the north east. You're not entirely sure.
But in this room.
Beyond the statue, it sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, instead of being in the bottleneck, let's back up and use the bottleneck.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Perfect. I'm leaving. So Calliope will stride 20 feet away from where she was just standing, out of the room, away from the statue and the doors where we're assuming the goblins are coming from. And that'll be her third action.
Okay.
So stoked that she hulked out of that. I was worried.
First action too. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. We're leaving. I'll go back. I think I do want to be able to see in there, so I'll go back. Use an action to move. I will one action shield myself, and yeah, I'll just kind of be vigilant and take an action to, I guess, steady myself, like in case I get pushed or anything.
Okay.
I'm a little bit more grounded. But that is my turn. I will catch shield, so it's there.
Okay.
So,
Hold on.
Giddy.
It's not quite your turn yet. It's not
Rude.
showing up in the initiative order because secret stuff is happening. Right. So stride there. You all hear a door open, and then you see a goblin wielding a horse chopper in both hands come out of the door from the northeast. And Giddy and Iggy, you can clearly hear it saying, "Another goblin get trapped in the trap, stupid gobbo. Which one is it today?" Oh. And it looks to the south, and you can see it staring directly at Iggy, and then Giddy behind it. It says, You're not a Whistlefang. Who are you?"
I'm not a what now?
"You're Whistlefang." He smiles, this toothy grin, and you see he's got a hole in every sharp tooth he's got. And as he's talking, it's letting like this this whistling noise come out.
Ooh. Well, we might want to get you to one of the dentists in Sandpoint, but no. So no, I'm not a whistle fang, but I'm one of the What's the goblin tribe from the raid again? From a long time ago.
The Thistletop tribe.
That one.
Go ahead and roll a deception check.
Is it deception if Giddy doesn't even know who he is? The real questions.
Anything else you want to add to that statement?
Yeah, just I'm one of the thistle. Oh my gosh, Thistletop. Was that what we just said?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. The hour is getting to me. I'm one of the Thistletop goblins. You know, the ones who went to Sandpoint some years back. So we're cousins, right? That is a solid 31.
That should have been a secret roll.
Oh, well,
that's
listen.
all right though. That is I'll just tell you, it's a crit success. So, all right, we'll see how this conversation ends up. So he'll say, "Thistletop." His eyes kind of go wide. He's like, "You were one of Chief Ripnugget's goblins?"
Exactly. I was pretty young when I was helping to raid Sandpoint, but yeah, I was one of Chief Ripnugget's, one of his men, one of his gabos.
Rip is so disappointed. He probably believes you too.
Yeah. Yeah,
It rolled so good, even we believe you.
Yeah,
Like
whatever your DC is. Yeah, we're all like, fuck, we gotta kill him now.
this whole time.
The whole time you were.
Okay, so he looks. This goblin looks flabbergasted. He's like, we should. You should come see Chief Ripnugget then, I think. It's gonna be tricky though, because he told us not to disturb him at all. Maybe you'll talk to the Whistlefang Chief instead. I think that's a better idea, yeah. Did you set the trap off?
Yes. I had never been here before, and I just saw the cool statues in here, and then just, accidentally tripped into one of them, and lo and behold.
Yeah, well, I guess come this way. I'll take you to Chief Gerlunk.
Now, theoretically, if I had friends with me, would they be allowed to come?
What friends?
Can Calliope stand behind Giddy, move up behind Giddy, and try to? Oh, it says we're still in combat, but I'd like her to kind of step up in out of the shadows behind.
Sure. Yeah. Actually, I'll just end. I'll end the encounter for now.
Okay.
Everybody's kind of just talking, so.
And just just stand there very intimidatingly. Again, she looks probably very scary to him just because of how she looks, but she's going to try to intimidate and just basically be like, we're fucking coming.
If this was all in Goblin, I would have been doing my best in the back to translate. Like there's been
I forgot about that piece.
Well, it's Goblin.
But Sylphlake can translate kind of Broken Goblin, so we can get through the basics. That translates to me picking up Goblin with the new level. But Sandpoint is filled with goblins, and also we've been around a lot of goblins, so Sylphlake's kind of caught some of this. and has been explaining some broken concepts.
Dope.
So, yeah, what I have a few friends with me, and yeah, would they be able to come along?
You have a long shank with you. How do you have a long shank?
The Longshank with me is not originally from Sandpoint, so I became friends with them along the way here.
Go and roll another secret deception check.
Okay.
He kind of told the truth.
Forgot that they don't like humans. Maybe that was a bad play, but
Would it do?
He says, shrugs. Yeah, you must be one of Chief Ripnugget's goblins. He's powerful, and you must be so too to have him and others with you. Yes. Well.
I'm a woman.
Sorry.
What the long shake say?
I couldn't resist.
way you
The
said that,
Longshank says, "I'm a woman."
Okay. Well, good for her. Hold on. Let me tell the gang what's happening. I'll be right back.
Okay, and then when you come back, can you tell us how to walk through this room without setting off more things?
Yes. Well, it looks like you set the devil off already. I think Tunch said it, so it's gonna take like an hour, I think, for its fart breath to come back. And
So it is a fart. Dang.
I don't know what it is, but it's not good. And then if you set any of the spider traps off, it's good. Tunch has to reset them manually. So, I see the webbing over here, so it looks like you set that one off. So
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
Just don't get directly in front of any of the spider statues, and you should be okay.
All right, I will convey that message
All right,
along.
I'll be right back. And then he disappears down the
bye.
eastern tunnel for a moment.
Bye.
So, okay, here's the deal, guys. Don't step in front of the spiders. And the devil statue, we should be fine.
Should be.
That is according to what the goblin told me, that we should be good for another hour.
Right, and if I caught it correctly, we said we don't like Sandpoint.
Theoretically, that would be true. If I'm supposed to be one of Rip Nugget's men, then I suppose that would have to be some kind of logical conclusion. But I didn't necessarily say that, so that gives us a little bit of wiggle room.
You just keep doing the talking.
As I was born to do.
The world is your stage.
All right, we're gonna walk up in here a little bit.
As you do, Giddy, to the east, behind the spider in the first alcove, I'm sorry, to the west, you see another goblin kind of open door, says, "Hey, come over here." I saw you all set my traps off. Just come over here.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't want to set another one off.
Come talk to Tunch. All of you. Come over here, quick.
Okay. Follow me, guys.
Oh, whoa, okay. Calliope is very hesitant to step in front of the spider again, but seeing that Giddy just did it.
I turned it off. Don't worry. It's my trap. And then as soon as all of you come in, is there anyone else with this? Is that it? Come in. Come here, quick. Little frog dude. Yeah, come over here.
We're missing a Brit.
Come on,
Little
froggy.
frog dude.
Come here, little frog dude. Come here. Yeah. All right. And then they get behind you and they
Oh shit,
shut
he's in the fire.
they shut the door behind you as you come in. And this goblin looks interesting compared to the others. You can see the holes in its teeth. This one looks a little bit more mischievous, more so than
Yeah,
any
you do.
goblin could ever. He's I'm Tunch. I heard you set off my traps and I watched you through my little peephole over there. I wasn't sure what you're gonna do, but I don't know what you're here for, but I'm hoping maybe we could work a deal out of some kind. You can help Touch, and I can help you with whatever you want to do here.
Is he speaking common?
Yeah, he's speaking common.
Okay.
He saw,
Yeah, for-
he saw all of you walk in, as he said, so he's talking
Okay, cool.
common.
What do you want help with?
Well, first, you tell me what you want here.
I look back at Giddy.
As you look back, you're kind of starting to take in. You're all rushed into this room, and you're taking it in now. It's musty smelling. It looks like a workshop of some kind. There's a long workbench to the west, covered in animal parts, and cluttered wooden shelf to the west. There's several barrels and crates to the south, and a ratty-looking pile of furs to the north. There's a wood carving of some sort of overly muscular goblin that looms over the furs, while levers stick out in the eastern wall just below the carving. And it looked like this goblin named Touch had been manipulating it before you guys had entered here. But Silflay, you look over to Giddy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the things, the main thing that we came here for, is we were looking for Chief Rusthenge.
Yeah. Why?
Oh, just to check in with him. It's been a while since I've seen him, and
Is it true he's dead? Oh. And then so Flay kind of like sits back a little bit.
He's not. He's scarier than being just dead. We don't know what's going on with him, but he kind of stormed in here and he bossed Chief Galunk around a little bit, and he's been in he's been stuck in the library to the north for days, weeks even. I know we're not too sure what's going on, but the last thing he told us to do was just to make sure nobody disturbs him. So that's what we're doing, I guess. I think it's a waste of time. But I mean, if you want to see Chief Nugget, I can help with that. I think, but only if you help me first. I know these tunnels like the back of my hand, like I know the traps like the back of my foot.
I too observe my foot on a regular basis. Now, what exactly would you want us to do for you?
I'll tell you exactly what that is. And then he kind of like gives like a stretch, and you see that he's geared up for like war. It looks like he's got a dog slicer, several little bottles of alchemist's fire, and he looks pretty quick on his feet too. He kind of stretches as if to show you that he is armed, and then he kind of reaches back behind him and taps on what you thought was a pile of fur to actually be a 5-foot tall weasel. He's like, well, I'll tell you what me and Sausage want here. This is Sausage. His pet weasel.
It looks like a bear with a
It
tail.
really does.
Yes.
That's, I guess, if you had a 5-foot tall weasel, it would resemble a baby bear, maybe.
It's a weasel bear. A were.
um,
A beazle.
A beazle.
Just don't listen to it talk about family.
Is it-
well, you see, me and one other goblin here in the Whistlefangs, we've been not exactly seeing eye to eye. And Menagra, that one, she has been, very, let's say this, bossy. Much more bossy than Tunch likes. And, if you could kill her, I can help you get to Chief Rip Nugget.
Wow. Well, that escalated quickly.
We're murderers.
So I understand a disagreement, but you want her dead just because of
Yes.
that?
Yes, she's been a plague to the Whistlefang tribe. I'll even draw you a map of our lair here if you want. That'll help you get to her and kill her. But I think she's been mind controlling the rest of the Whistlefangs with some kind of magical bug. She's a witch. She's an evil witch. She's not good for us. She writes things. She scribbles things on paper, and you should know. You should know this. Goblins, we don't like stuff written down.
I can't even read.
Exactly. I can't even read. Rip can't even read. It's yep. I understand.
Reading is useless.
We would still love it if you drew a map though, so we know where to go.
All right, I'll do that. All right, just make sure to kill Menagrel and tell her that I sent you.
Yeah, he just kind of looks around a little bit like, this is what I missed out on growing up with, I suppose.
He's
Cut off some goblin ears and tape them to Brip, and now he can pretend to be a goblin.
It's fucked up. Is Monagro another one of the Whistlefang tribe, or she new?
She came with Chief Rip Nugget.
She came. Is she goblin too?
She's a goblin.
But not a Whistlefang goblin.
No. But we had to take her in because Chief Rip Nugget said to, so here we are.
What
She-
is?
alive.
Yes. I don't know what is going on with Chief Rip Nugget, but
Okay.
he's not exactly dead, but he smells like he should be.
Well, I don't imagine that's too far off for most goblins, but what about Chief Gulnak? Well, what's his deal in all this?
He's just making sure nobody disturbs Rip Nugget.
Huh.
Yeah, he's probably in the worship chamber and the throne room singing his songs to the Sandpoint devil and whatnot. They've all gone a little kooky. I don't like it. I want things back the way they were with the Whistlefangs before Chief Rip Nugget showed up.
Do a lot of you not like Rip Nuggets?
I don't know. I don't like him. I'm not scared of him either, really, but a lot of other people are, so maybe they just don't show it, or they don't say it, but I'm fine in here. I've not really left much, and at least ever since Monaro made fun of my experiment. I don't really want to deal with her or anybody else.
I'm sorry, your experiment?
It's my magnum opus. Yes.
Bless you.
I think that's the word. Is that the word? I don't know if that's the word or not, but
It's
my
the word.
masterpiece.
Also, I would accept bird.
Bird is no, it's not a bird. I eat birds. I haven't had a good bird in a few days.
Forgive me. Continue.
Oh, what? Yes, my experiment. Minagril and I had an argument about how to craft the statue of the Sandpoint Devil, and then I started talking about another idea I had, and they shot that down, and it's just, I think I know. Well, here, I'll show you. And then, he rips off the tarp of, another taxidermy statue he'd been working on, and, underneath it says, "We'll see you next week." So, that's it for the episode tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll find out what Tunch has been working on then. And, that's it. And, yeah, don't forget to follow us on all our socials. Join our Discord. Check out our games that we're playing. Join some games, host some games, all that fun stuff. And, until next time, don't forget to
Live by the
Live by the
die.
die.
And die.
And
die.
die.
Bye-bye. Blah, blah, blah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Mhm. Bye.